Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we'll be going over NIO, ticker symbol NIO. Now, we are going over how they are planning to release a new vehicle very soon. Now, in a couple of my past videos, we discussed how they came out with the NIO ET7, this car right here on NIO Day. And now we'll be going over a new vehicle that they will be releasing. We'll also be going over a huge battery swap deal that NIO has just announced, and we'll also be going over some technical analysis and be teaching you guys how you can manage some of your trades on NIO as well. So if you have any interest in NIO, this is something that you are definitely going to want to stick around for. However, before we get into any of that, if you enjoy this content, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos. I appreciate all the support on this channel. Thank you guys so much for that. And I also have my Instagram link down below if you'd be interested in following that. I post new details about this channel daily, so if you want to keep up more to date with what I am doing on this channel, please go follow that as well. But let's get right into this chart here on NIO. We're here on the daily chart for NIO, and as you can see, we get some pretty strong rejections off of this 200 EMA. However, I do not think we are completely out of this bearish trend, and in the pre-market, we are looking to come up pretty big. We're providing a pretty big gap here. Closing at around $39 yesterday, and now we would be opening in the pre-market at around $41.23. So as you can see here, we have a pretty similar gap down where we come down, touch the 200 EMA. However, we come up to around 45, 46, and then we come straight back down to test the 200 EMA again. So I will be looking to come out of this resistance here at the 46.34, and also anything above the 50 EMA. That is your kind of confirmation that we will be out of this bearish trend. However, we are still trading above the 200 EMA, and it looks like we are coming up out of this oversold territory on the RSI. But let's get right into this new vehicle for NIO. We see here NIO registered the EF9, which is the vehicle that we will be talking about, trademark or for high-end MPV model. Getting into this, the NIO EF9, we see here, we learned from the trademark announcement of the State Intellectual Property Office that NIO has registered a brand new model trademark EF9. According to the previous NIO product plan, NIO EF9 may be a pure electric MPV model and is expected to be positioned in the high-end market. Now, we know that the NIO CEO has been discussing how he wants to put out a lower-end vehicle and mass produce it. So with this being in the high-end market, this will obviously not be this vehicle, the EF9. In August 2018, NIO revealed its new product plan in the IPO prospectus. At that time, it planned 5 new models, including the NIO ES3, which is positioned as a compact SUV, the NIO ET5, which is positioned as a crossover coupe, and the positioning car, the NIO ET3 and ET7, and the NIO EF9, which is positioned as an MPV model. The trademark EF9 registered at this time corresponds exactly to the MPV products among them. So if this sounds a little odd to you, the wording, just let you guys know this is translated, so some of the words may not exactly make sense. But coming down here, we can see, judging from the car name Law of NIO, the larger the number, the higher the level, and the 9 should represent the high-end or flagship model, such as the EP9, which is positioned as a top supercar. Therefore, the rival of the NIO EF9 is expected to be Toyota Alpha, which I will pull up over here. This is, as you can see, the Toyota Alpha and what kind of this looks like. Or even the Lexus LM, which is this vehicle over here. So they kind of look like vans pretty much, or completely EV vans. They're not the most, visually appealing cars. However, if there is a market for it and NIO thinks that they can make some money from this vehicle and there's a need for it, I don't see why they wouldn't make a vehicle similar to this. Going back to the article. However, the current information about NIO EF9 has not revealed much. Who do you think will be the competitor of the new EV? So, talking about Toyota, Lexus, obviously these are successful vehicles for them. So I don't see why this could not be a successful vehicle for NIO in their EF9. And I would be excited to get some images of this very, very soon. Hopefully we can get some leaks out of this. But let me know down in the comments, would you be excited for this NIO EF9, even though it would look like a van, a passenger van? Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you be picking this up at all? Would you be interested? Let me know down in the comments. But moving on to our next news for NIO, we are talking about the battery swap deal for NIO. Coming over here, we can see NIO signs deal with German retail giant on charging infrastructure partnership, and I think this can be absolutely huge. So, the Chinese vehicle EV maker NIO announced Monday that it has signed a strategic partnership agreement with the China arm of German retail giant Metro to work together on building of charging stations and battery swap stations. So, obviously, that is the biggest part for NIO and kind of completing their infrastructure is getting these battery swap stations out to the public where people feel that they, don't have to go around looking for one. They know that they're going to be out there ready to go when they are traveling. The two companies held a signing ceremony today at the NIO House in Shanghai Center, agreeing to a long-term strategic partnership. According to the agreement, the two companies will deepen cooperation in charging and battery swap infrastructure construction, and NIO will build charging stations and battery swap stations in some malls of Metro China. So basically, what Metro China is they have a bunch of malls and retail stores all around China, and you know how many people love to go out to malls, shop. So this will be huge to get those charging stations in those places. And to kind of show you guys how big this kind of Metro thing is in China, they say to date, Metro has opened 97 shopping malls in 60 cities in China, employing over 11,000 people and serving 17 million customers. So this is very, very important for NIO to get this deal done. When people want to go to a shopping mall, get some shopping done, they can also be charging or battery swapping their NIO vehicle. So they know they will be safe to travel, get there and back, and not have to worry about their battery running out. And with this many people going in and out of the metro stations, and with pandemic kind of restrictions lowering, as we can see, more people will be going out to these malls. So we could also see these numbers increase in the future. But let's get back to the chart here on NIO. As you can see here, we discussed a little bit about us wanting to go above this resistance here. So let's mark up this chart a little bit. We're coming out a completely naked chart on NIO. So you can see 45.19 is what we will be looking to come out of to kind of show us that we are coming out of this bearish trend. And we'll also be looking to come above the 50 EMA. But we can see here we created very strong supports along this 200 EMA. So that is kind of our support area. And I would also consider this as a kind of previous support now created as a resistance just above where price is currently. So you can see price used it as a support in past price action, bounced off of, and then we got a break below. Now that would be considered a resistance. So this is kind of what I'm looking for on the daily chart for those of you who are holding NIO long term. I would be expecting to hopefully come out above this today. So this is kind of the important resistance for today here at around 41.70. So this is what you'll be looking for price to break out of today. And then hopefully we can get a break out of the previous resistance where we rejected pretty harshly off of to come back down to the 200 EMA. And then I want to see a break out of the 50 EMA as well. And that would totally confirm for us that we are kind of breaking out of this kind of bearish momentum coming down, and we can get some bullish momentum, come back up, and test some new highs as well. But let's get into some shorter term trades for those of you who are looking to just kind of day trade NIO. Let's look at the 30-minute. As you can see, this is kind of shows how significant this gap up is going to be today, and this will be the kind of the tricky area. As you can see, we are just above this 200 EMA, so hopefully we can continue to use that as a support and get out of this resistance here at the 41.68 one that we drew on the daily chart. And then as you can see here, there's pretty strong resistance in this area here at 44.16. So this is what we'd be looking to kind of break out of as well. We might have some issues in that area. And then we have our daily resistance here at 46.20 that I think we can use for the next resistance level. I think that matches up pretty well with previous price action. So what we'll be looking for today is we'll be looking to break above this here, and this is where you will be initiating your buy trade if you are not in NIO. So you'll be looking, I would say, to come up, give strong confirmations just above where these kind of candles came. Obviously, they rejected off the 200 EMA, and we are above that. However, just to show us even more confirmation, I would take my buy position on a candle close just around where these closed here. And then our first price target is obviously here at 44.22 with stops just below support. So I would put it right probably here where the 200 EMA is, just to kind of give yourself some room going down. And this will be a very, very strong support for us if price does continue to climb up. So as the day progresses, we'll be expecting price to come up above this resistance, come up to here, and this is where we'll be initiating the buy trade. Now, if all things do go well, we'll be taking our first partial profit here at 44.25, reducing our overall position and confirming some gains at that time. As price goes up, we want to make sure we're locking in those gains, make sure we're getting some money. We'll then move our price target up to 46.12, 46.19, anywhere in that area. Price will then be here at this newly created support. And again, to kind of manage our risk here, if we keep our stop loss down here at the 200 EMA, this gives the price the opportunity to reject it down and take us out at a loss. So we want to make sure we are trailing our stop loss. You can either use a percentage of your overall position, or you can be using candle structure. I prefer candle structure, but that is totally up to you. As I always say, I am not a financial advisor, and everything that you do, all the trades you make, should be based on your own due diligence. Now then we'll be coming up to our next price target. If we hit this one, be taking partial profits here, reducing our overall position, and then we'll be moving to our next price target at 49.40. Price will then be here at the newly created support. And again, make sure you are managing your risk by trailing your stop loss. But that is all the information I had for you guys today on NIO. If you found value in this video or enjoyed it, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos. And I also have my Instagram link down below if you'd be interested in following that. But as always, guys, get some gains in the market, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.